guys, and welcome to another video of Angie's Cocktail Corner. Welcome to the newer people to the channel, to the page. We're getting started with our What's in My Drink series. Basically, what it's supposed to be inspired is, the scene when it comes to spirits has very much changed. A lot of not understanding what exactly we are drinking, but always going for the name brands, which makes sense because it's what you're comfortable with. But let's really break it down into what is that spirit. So I think the perfect way to start this series is going to be talking about or discussing vodka. Vodka is one of the more popular, easy drinking. When you throw it into, let's say vodka and cranberry or something, you do not taste vodka at all because it is a neutral grain spirit. And vodka is also something that's just easy to go for. Vodka was my spirit of choice for a very long time. Now I just don't care. I look for more cocktails, and then I go with the spirit from there. But very rarely do I choose a vodka cocktail because vodka enhances the flavor, but you don't taste vodka. You know what I mean? But I mean, the point of a cocktail is for everything to blend together really well. But I don't know. It's just usually, vodka cocktails are just usually not my cocktail of choice. But I have tried a really good one. I really tried a really good one at Coconut, which was a nice sour. It's sour. It's Fuji apples, vodka, some shochu as well. So that one is actually really good. What is vodka? Well, for one, where does it originate from? Most of the things that I researched shows that vodka had originated either in Poland or Russia. Most people do think Russia, they think vodka, which the word vodka is little water, which is actually, when you look at the distillation process of vodka in the column still, usually it's a column still. I don't know if it's for every vodka, but it's going to be a column still that goes through basically it goes from liquid, then it goes to condensation, evaporation, whatever vapors there is, which is the alcohol, and then they add water to it and filtrate it, and then you have your finished product, which is usually in the US, vodka is going to be, I think 80 proof before, they make it to what we have is drinkable, which is 40 proof, 40 ABV. That's the US standard. I think Europe is 37% or 37.5, something around that. And vodka could also be made out of anything. Most things we do know is going to be potato, rye, and wheat. I know Poland, usually it's very much heavy on the rye. I am not sure if I actually had a rye vodka, except last week I did try the Belvedere 10, which is a Polish vodka, and it was actually really smooth. I'm not gonna lie, I'm making my way through spirits. So as I said, as I'm learning, as you're learning, I'm also learning, and I'm making my way through spirits, and I'm wow, this is some good stuff. The vodka is really good. But yeah, it could be made out of anything. Vodka can even be made out of sugar cane, which I will talk about that later. In my early 20s, a lot of the vodka that I was accustomed to was Absolute, Sky, and Stolies. Of course, there was Grey Goose around as well. But when I saw Grey Goose, I was ooh, I can't afford that. So I would just, keep it at a vodka soda, splash of cran. But if it is something like Grey Goose, I mean, honestly, you don't even need any splash of cran or anything unless you really hate the taste of alcohol. Now, a lot of times people say all vodkas taste the same, but I've tried a few vodkas and I was hell no. Pretty much yes, but also hell no. I will say that a vodka that I did have that kind of scarred me a little bit would be the Crystal Skull. It's supposed to, I think it's Canada spring water or something. I don't know if this is an old formula or not, but it said cream corn and something. And all I want to say is that Crystal Skull was one of the worst to meet my taste buds that I've had. Now, if you do want me to do a video where I try it again, because I think I saw a mini version of the Crystal Skull being sold, I will do it. I will do a Crystal Skull and the other vodkas that are available. But let's just play a game. Let's play a game. You know, we'll show you on the comments, you know what I mean? But let's play a game of what do you think is in this vodka. All right, so we have the French vodka Grey Goose. What do you think is in Grey Goose? Is it potatoes? Is it corn? Is it rye? Is it wheat? Is it snake venom? Who knows? What's in it? What do you think? Pause it and the timestamp before I give the answer, and then put it in the comments. What do you think? Wow, Grey Goose is actually going to be made from wheat. It says French finest wheat that they use for the bread, and the bread over there is crazy. The bread is delicious. So I definitely believe that. And they actually said it's like filtered once. I think most times vodka is like filtered like 3 times or something, but they filter that thing once. And Grey Goose is smooth because they use like, I think also some some water in France as well. So, you know, it's just good. They're just really great at what they're doing, and it's delicious. Now let's think about Belvedere. Belvedere, the Polish vodka. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think for Belvedere, the Polish vodka? If you said rye, you're going to be correct. Rye, you are going to be correct. It's actually organic rye, which looking into this, I was like, oh my. I did not know it was organic rye, and Belvedere is some good stuff too, you know? And of course we have Tito's. I believe Tito's is made from corn, but Tito's really got everybody in a chokehold like, oh, it's gluten-free, but all vodkas are gluten-free. Just to let you know, all vodkas are gluten-free. It's gluten-free. Unless something like got into it from the last bit of the bottle process and got into it, if gluten got into it there, it's just gluten-free. It's gonna be gluten-free. So be adventurous and not brand loyal because of the gluten allegations. But honestly, kudos to Tito's. Kudos to Tito's for finding that market and people being obsessed with like gluten-free. Like they did that. They really did. They marketed the hell out of that, and they're still thriving. So it is what it is. Listen, can't hate it. Can't hate it at all. And last but not least, let's talk about my favorite vodkas. I got two things that I want to for y'all to try right now. It's gonna be the Vusa, not for y'all to try because you're not in this room, but I've got my 2 vodkas. Okay. So this one is gonna be an African vodka. I actually rep this brand. It's gonna be made with sugarcane. And if you're like, oh my gosh, why isn't it rum? It's the distillation process. It's definitely ethanol that's in the bottle made from sugarcane, and then they add water to it. So it is not rum. Even though it does have characteristics of rum, in terms of like a little bit of that sweetness, you can use this in a mojito and it is fantastic. But this is gonna be Vusa, which means awaken. This is also traditional Zulu patterns on the side. And yeah, because it means awaken, that means that it's perfect for your espresso martinis. So I'm gonna pour this out. Great. It's just smooth. Smooth, not a lot of heat at all. Some people say there's heat, but that's like if you're really sensitive, but I does this, so there's no heat. But this one, especially if you just want to like, if you chill it before you take a shot or just put on the rocks, like chilled neat, it's really good. This one I was gifted from one of my accounts. It's called Naja. It's a product of France. And I was looking into it, and I really like this one. I just wanted the bottle, really, because my mom used to get the little animals in, oh my goodness. She used to get it in her teas. I don't know if they still do it, but back in the day, they used to give you, with the tea boxes that you would get like a little animal like this. I don't know if it's a menagerie or something, but I just love the animals, and my mom still has them, so I just like this bottle because of that. And yeah, so we're gonna try this Naja. I mean, it smells clean on the nose. It smells like vodka, but it's not like aggressive in the nose. It is pretty smooth. There's a little bit of spices as well at the tip of the tongue. And when looking up what exactly is this made out of, it does say that there are spices added into this, but there is also cobra venom. There's also cobra venom in here, which is pretty exciting. So like, you know, just like alcohol is doses of poison to the liver, and we still partake in it, this is probably like a small dose. Probably because of the distillation process, it doesn't have as much like venom or whatever. It's not something that could take you out. But yeah, I tried it first before I realized it was venom, but if you really think about it, it makes sense that there's a cobra on it. The bottling is interesting. I think they spent all the budget on the bottle because the label is kind of weird, but it is good. And I think it is a cool vibe. If somebody likes vodka, it's a cool one to bring to the party, but honestly, I would bring this one. I mean, it's African vodka from the sugarcane fields in South Africa. You know what I mean? Now, before you go, and if you haven't really had vodka, or if you want to go on your vodka journey, I'm just going to give you a few cocktails that are really good, obviously, with vodka. Of course, we all know it's going to be the espresso martini. You can't go wrong with that, especially with this one, since it has a sugar cane. It has like a little bit of that sweetness in that. Go outside and request like, oh my God, you guys have Vusa vodka, even though you don't see it at the back bar. Just do it for me in New York City. Thank you so much. I mean, anywhere, but like do it to me for New York City. You know what I mean? Thank you. And what else is good? Of course, a Cosmo, you know, just like cranberry and the vodka, Cointreau. Just keep it as simple. Keep it simple. There's also a White Russian, which I haven't had in really a long time. But if you're lactose intolerant, don't get a White Russian because it is going to have that dairy aspect in it. I haven't seen people order it in a while. But even just like Bailey's, vodka, Kahlua, just that's it. That's it. You got, and you're set. Another one that I did when looking this up, I did find that there is I think it's Russian Spring Punch with vodka. So if you want me to also make that, I sure can. And don't forget about the Porn Star Martini. The Porn Star Martini is basically a vodka staple. It's going to be passion fruit, usually a passion fruit liqueur. If they have puree, cool, but it's usually going to be a passion fruit liqueur with the vodka and like a splash of usually Prosecco, but the original, the Mavericks Martini, or the original before it was called the Porn Star Martini, is going to be champagne. But you know, champagne's expensive. That drink will go way up for opening some champagne. And a lot of people don't have like, champagne is sold by the bottle. I don't know about everywhere else, but I know in New York City, I think it's barely gonna find like champagne by the glass unless it's like Veuve Clicquot or something. But yeah, this is you're better off. You can still do the champagne, but you can do it with Cremant, which is going to be the relative, like the cousin of champagne, like right out of champagne. You know what I mean? So it can't be called champagne, but it's going to be bottled the same way. So if you still want to make it like the original, just get Cremant, which is French. But also you can also get Cava, which is Spanish, and it's made the same way as champagne. So I'm giving you options here. Don't say I never did nothing for you, okay? Don't say I never did nothing for you. But anyways, thank y'all for watching. I hope that this was educational for you as it was for me. Looking up the distillation process, I was still trying to wrap my head around it, but you know, just ethanol and water. It's this neutral grain is ethanol and water. I will be doing a video for the Porn Star Martini just so you guys can actually see what it is, and it's gonna be delicious. But let me know if you guys like vodka, if you're gonna go on like a little vodka journey and just see like if you like it like that, maybe Neat on the Rocks or like any of the cocktails that I told you about. And thank you for watching. I had a really fun time doing this. I know it wasn't like as like examples and stuff like that, but I think what's in my drink is gonna be really important to understand what you're going outside and going into bars to try. You know what I mean? So, yeah, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.